Hello folks, this is Durag Wisdom and we're talking from Earth Day Y2K 19.09.17, and right now, just off the cuff, I'm starting to try to get things together. Like if I was going to debate Nazi Trump, how would I handle it? So I'm thinking, I used to be a fan, full disclosure, of the WWF, now the WWE. Especially because they had Joni Lauer in there, known as China. I mean, when she left, I left too. But there were other wrestlers that were professionals, good, you know, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, who died tragically, and Mick Foley. So I'm thinking, one of the ways to handle this creep is you have to make it like a wrestling show. It's got to be a grudge match. And as you all know, if you've watched wrestling, they build up these grudge matches. They have all these storylines that builds to the final showdown where these guys have to go out and literally just do these dangerous stunts that can also break their necks, their arms, and their lives forever. I despise Vince McMahon. He is a right-wing scum, and he supports Trump. And but you could learn. You have to learn from everyone, because if you don't do that, then you're going to be ignorant, and your butt's going to be swinging in the wind. So I have to look at this thing. If I'm debating this creep, this is a grudge match between the good guy with flaws and the villainous villain, the heel. And this is the grudge match that's building up to the super duper Votorama Fall Slam voter thing. So here's some of the things I'm trying to think what I would say to this creep while I was debating him. Like, let's see here now. Why do people like to Heil Hitler you so much? Why do these white supremacists love you so much, moron? What do you think they see in you? I mean, when you got elected, I saw a bunch of people with their hands in the air saluting you, saying, "Hail Trump," and you never answered and said, disavowed it. Why is that? What? Could it be you're a racist toad? Could that be? Oh, sorry to the toads. Could it be you're a racist turd? That may be the point. It runs in your family, after all. Look, your father was a KKK sympathizer. He probably was one himself. You know, stuff like that. You know, you're a coward. How dare you try to create the trouble in the world, undermine all the things we're doing, when you yourself tried to avoid war? Bone spurs. What a coward. And now you're putting people in harm's way. One of the first soldiers to die under your administration, this battle that was botched, and the soldier died, and of course I would have to say the name and all that stuff, which I would have then. You decided to do this raid over dinner, accompanied by your son-in-law, that creep, Kushner. This is exactly how I would talk to him. Why do you hate journalists so much? Why do you hate the Constitution? What's wrong with free speech? What's wrong with the Bill of Rights? Why do you put these right-wing religious extremists on our courts? Are you trying to turn our country into a Christian Taliban? Oh, you love the Jews? That's why you're supporting Israel so much? Aren't you doing that because there are extremist fundamentalist Christians out there who believe that Jews must be in Israel before their quote-unquote savior is going to come? Oh yeah, I'm an atheist. Absolutely. This is a secular country. I will be president for all the people, not just for part of them. The Nazi part, the religious extremist part, the violent part. Stuff like that. I would keep like just... You know, you're an idiot. How many books have you read this month? How many books have you read this week? Have you read any newspapers? Come on, list to me all the newspapers, periodicals, things that you have read, because after all, you're President of the United States. So how many things you read this week, you ignorant clown? Nothing? Do you even know how to read? Do you even know how to talk? Stuff like that. Why are you so intent on making this country so white again? This was a country this was a continent that was all of color. Indian peoples, native peoples. And you're creating a story? Why are you such a liar? Why do you make up stuff? Hey, don't you just love the Jews because you think they're good with money and they can make you money? Hey, why are you undoing everything President Obama did? Why are you undoing the clean water? Why are you trying to roll back emissions? Why did you get out of the Iran deal? We're having all this trouble in the Middle East now because you got out of the Iran deal. No, I didn't. No. Yes, you shut up. You let me talk for a change. And don't walk around me. Don't walk behind me, because I'm going to call the cops in here if you're behind me. I don't want you anywhere near me. You stink, by the way. Stuff like that. So about President Obama, can it be that you're a racist turd and you're trying to just undo everything he did because you hate him with all your being? Especially since you tried to undermine him while he was president? Especially since you tried to make up the birther thing? And he came back and proved to you with his birth certificate, which, by the way, he should have never showed you his birth certificate. He should have told you to go F yourself, you right-wing fascist Nazi slimeball. He should have told you to shut up, because I wouldn't have gotten up this far if I wasn't vetted in the first place, you stupid, ignorant creep. See? Stuff like that. And I guess people in the audience will gasp and gasp. Well, if they could accept sick shit from him, they certainly could accept it from the opponent. If that's what we have to do, we have to get down and dirty and be like, this is a wrestling show. And the reason, Mr. Trump, Putin, Nazi, birther creep, the reason you hate Obama so much is even more than that. Because he made fun of you at that correspondence dinner. Remember that? I saw you sitting there steaming. And I knew that if you had an opportunity to get back at him, you would. And the dumb voters out there, engorged with reality TV crap and ignorance, brought you in so you could take action, destroy your opponent because you hate his race, and destroy him because he undermined you. He made you look small because you think you're big, but you're small like your little hands. Okay, how do you use those things? Yeah, a little thing like you. And you hated what he did. You were angry what he did. And you deserved what he did. I'm looking over there, folks, because he's supposed to be my opponent. Ashamed, aren't you? Admit it. Come on, clown. Come on, birther creep. Come on, Adolf Trumpler. Admit it. Admit it, hair monster. Admit it. And you keep going and going and going. And you get on the TV and say, there goes that right-wing, extremist, radical, fascist Nazi again, who wants to bring the Handmaid's Tale all over the place. To be continued. Trump. This is what I think of you. This is what I think, you traitor. See this? You see this? Eat it!